My name is Enara Kaba. I'm 45 years old. I was born in East Africa, Tanzania. I moved when I was about 11 and a half to Canada, Toronto. My parents decided that schools were better over there. When we first came in 75, it was a big change because people didn't accept us for what we were. I think Indians back then, they didn't know who we were, and we didn't speak language, we didn't speak English, so I had to learn. I started from grade 5 all the way to grade 12. I had the opportunity to go to college, but I chose not to go. I got married and moved to United States. My husband used to live in Madison County near Charlottesville, so I stayed there for about a year, and then we moved to Richmond because we wanted to start a family. I have 2 children. I have a son who's 18 and a daughter who's 16. I work school hours. When my children go to school, I come to work, and when my children get home, I'm home before they get home. So basically I work about 5 days a week, but about 4.5 hours. When we bought the store, we had always decided that one of us will be with the children all the time. I didn't want to be like my parents. My parents, as when we were growing up, they were never around because it took 2 parents to make sure that we had, enough money to pay for the rent and groceries and things like that. As my parents used to leave the house at about 6 o'clock in the morning, come back at around 5:30. My mother would cook dinner and start working again from home. So basically, we never really had a family life, and when I got married, I think that's the sacrifice that I made, that I'll always be around for my children. So my husband works here, and he works longer hours than I do. He starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, my husband, and comes home at around 5:30, 6 o'clock, most of the days, even the weekends. My typical day is that I start cleaning up after my husband because he usually makes a mess. So I face up the aisles, and usually my routines are basically cash work. I go around putting up stocks, I clean up the aisles, and that's about it. I check vendors. I guess I'm always on my foot. I'm walking all the time, and sometimes age catches up with you and I get tired. Owning a store doesn't mean that you have everything. It also is a hard work. There are a lot of disadvantages that when an employee doesn't show up, the owner has to be here. And most of the time when comes weekend, the employee is always sick. And the owners have to work. We follow the schools, universities' schedule. Kids, when they go on vacation, our store gets a little bit slow. When kids come back, our business goes back up. So working in a grocery store, I found that we're busy constantly, and this one gives us a little break if me and my husband and my family want to take a little break, go on a vacation. I think we can. I mostly go to Canada to visit my mom. We go to the beach too. We go to Myrtle Beach, but we choose because we can't go to both. In convenience store, you always have to make sure that you have to come in because you can't just leave a store just like that on an employee. I used to work in a pharmacy, but when I came here, we have bought several stores, so I have worked in different areas in different stores. All of them were grocery stores. It's not easy to find good jobs. And I think with me, because I have always worked according to my kids' hours, that it's hard for me to get a job because I want to be home for my kids on the weekends, after school. So if I want a job in a fast food restaurant or convenience store and things like that, it's okay. But to find a job in an office, it's difficult. They hire basically people who are from universities, and that was my biggest regret in my life, that I didn't go to a college, which I now make sure that my kids know that it is I don't want them to ever go through what I went in life. I drive to work. The drive here is about 20 minutes. I learned how to drive when I was, after I got married. And I didn't even know how to switch the car on. So when I got married, my husband said, if you ever want to go around, don't depend on me because I won't be around for you all the time. So he just stopped the car on the highway and taught me how to drive. Yes, he did.
There were 2 cars besides her, and she couldn't back out of the parking lot.
You know why? He didn't teach me how to reverse the car. How do you reverse the car?
Oh my goodness, she had to hear it all the way home.
I just paid, I cried my eyeballs out.
Guess what? She learned how to drive though. Yeah.
He never
Not
teach
the
me
first
how to
time,
reverse.
not the first time, the second time around, yeah.
But he never teach me how to reverse. Just like all I had to do is pull up in the parking lot. That's it.
The best way to learn is the hard way.
My children are gone. I work no hours. I don't think I'll work. Hopefully not. But I think it's a long way away because my husband wants to go in a different field. He wants to open up a daycare. Honestly, never work with your husband because they always seem to think that whatever you do, it is wrong. Whatever they do, he's right and I'm wrong.
I think she's right. Look at it now. When she's supposed to be at 10 o'clock, it's 10:30, 10:35, right? See?
It's fun in some ways that I think we get to see each other more. We'll spend some time because since we don't spend time at home, that we get to spend some time together. No, I've never been to Tanzania, but hopefully one day I will go. When my kids are old enough to understand what life is all about. I want to teach them what things they have here and what things we had over there. A lot of times kids don't understand the meaning of having things, like having a car and having a TV and having a big home. Whereas when I was growing up, it was like, if you had to go to the bathroom or something like that, we used to have to walk. Them, it's like right in your house. Things like groceries items were limited. We couldn't have chicken every single day. Basically, vegetable was our food, because to buy a chicken, you would have to be all very rich. We never used to have a car, never used to have phone. So I think I want to teach my kids that what they have, they take it for granted, where they should understand the difference on how I grew up and what they grew up. So maybe in the future, I'm very happy. I have a home, I have family. I'm very happy in Richmond.